Good. Okay. So guys, first up, let me know if I am loud and clear at your side. Paki-chat naman dyan or paki-click the reaction button na thumbs up. All right. Very good. Welcome. Okay. So yesterday we were like over ano yata tayo 40 plus, or I did not recall very much the figure. Ngayon then we are 40 plus, and I'm sure there are first timers, or I'm sure there are people who attended for the first time yesterday. And if you are here in this session right now, I'd like to welcome and congratulate you again. Okay, at the same time, welcome na din po sa mga lahat ng members na nag-attend sa session natin. All right. So kahapon, again, this is the slide that we focus more. It's just an introduction of the 6 steps to financial security. And palagi nating na-mention kahapon na lahat ng mga trainings natin are taken from this book. I have the textbook and I have the workbook. All right? So the good news is there's already a pre-recorded webinar or seminar or coaching class by our IMG mentors all about the workshop, no? All about the financial education workshop. So you can click the workshop, click the button there, especially if you're a member. It's a privilege to listen to the complete session, complete discussion po. So I think there are 5 or 6 workshop, financial coaching workshop, and if you pass through that workshop, talagang magiging master ka na, no, sa financial education. And talagang malaking potential, kakaroon ka ng malaking potential to achieve financial security. All right? And as I promised, I'm going to share to you concepts, tatlong concept. And the first concept is X-curve. Okay? So especially for the first time, X-curve concept is one of the most powerful concept that you will ever learn. Okay? In this session, in the series natin, series of lectures natin. And because this is a universal concept, it's a powerful concept, hindi po ito ginagawa ni IMG. No, hindi po si IMG yung gumawa ng X-curve concept. Hindi po siya yung nag-invent. Hindi po si IMG yung nag-invent, nag-design ng X-curve. This is a universal financial concept. And if you internalize this concept in your financial life, then your life will experience a big change in terms of positivity, in terms of growth. Okay? Kasi may negative change naman. So, positive change tayo ngayon, right? So, let me dig in closer to this X curve, no? Nakikita natin dito, there are 2 lines. The blue line going up and the red line going down. And the blue line, we call it the law of building wealth. Okay? We call it the law of building wealth. And most of the time, I call it savings line. Okay? I call this line savings line. Itong blue line. Okay? And, by the way, palitan ko muna yung kulay ha, para hindi mag-mix. Yan. I'll change it to green. So the blue line, it's called the law of building wealth. Sometimes I call it savings line. Okay? It's easier to remember, savings line, no? And the red line, they call it law of decreasing responsibility. Sometimes I call it expense line. Okay? So it's easy to remember. The blue line is savings line. The red line is expense line. Now, hatiin natin sa dalawa. No? Hatiin natin sa two, what you call this, dalawang region o dalawang area itong X curve. Okay? Now, the first part, okay, this belongs to the what you call younger years, okay? Yan, younger years. Mean to say, during the younger years, napapansin mo yung blue line nasa pinaka-lowest level. Simply because during the younger years, if we are yet starting, katatapos mo lang sa school, sa college, or sa high school, and you think of earning money, okay, you think of making money, at the start, talagang walang savings pa, walang enough savings. No enough savings o walang savings talaga. Pero you are quite aware that you have a goal to work hard for money. That's your instinctive goal. I need to find a way to work for money, to make money. Simply because most of us, we need to take care of our family. Okay? So, it's because family is important to you, whether your parents, your kapatid na nag-aaral pa, whether you're a married person already, so you have a spouse and you have a kid and your family to take care to. So wala kang pera, you don't enough savings, you're still young, You need to work hard for money because you want to take care of the family, right? So those are the realities, no? The realistic situation during that time, no? At that moment in your life, right? So you find a way, look for a job, find a business, start a business to make money, earn income. Majority of us, the what you call this, the common solution to earn money is job. Okay? The instant solution to earn money is a job. So apply ka sa company, you send some application letters, and then hoping that one or two, three, four companies will call for an interview and you pass the exam and tatanggapin ka. Right? And let's say natanggap ka na. So you start to earn income. And you can now start to provide the basic needs towards your family, for your family, and of course, towards yourself. Kasi kumakain ka pa rin. So, while you eat, your family eat, basic needs, food, shelter, clothing, saan yung galing yan? Sa income mo. Okay? And, siguro at the time, at the start, meron ka ng mga konting utang. No? You started to have salary loan, okay? Nagpagawa ka ng bahay, so you loan from somebody, or you get a housing loan, or you get a car loan, okay? And then you have kids, so you send them to school, you spend for education, and you need to malayo yung bahay niyo sa school, so you have to buy a transportation, so you have to get a car, okay? So yun, those are the instant, the basic realities that's happening at the start, okay? At the start of our life, no? So uh, but these are also challenges, okay? These are also challenges. If you notice kanina, ano yung challenge? No savings, di ba? Ano yung challenge? You have to provide for the needs of your family. So these are responsibilities. Kaya at the younger years, at the starting point, you see the red line there, the responsibility line already starts at the highest level. You see the blue line, the savings line, starts at the lowest level kasi wala pa tayong enough money, wala pa tayong enough savings. But the red line, or what we call the expense line, ang dami na nating expenses at the start, right? But another reality is this, that we need to understand, that we need to accept. Another reality is this, during the younger years, we depend on a temporary income. Okay? We depend on a temporary income. Mean to say, anytime the income could be reduced to half, anytime the income could be, could be gone because either there's a job interruption, or maybe you're just depending on a what you call this contractual basis, or especially if you're abroad, contractual, di ba? Contractual. So temporary, no? And or anytime the company would downsize, especially ngayon, ang daming companies nag-downsize. So either your income gets to be reduced to half, or bawasan yung income mo, or talaga mawala yung source of income. Or the worst case, the worst thing that can happen is the breadwinner mismo. The breadwinner mawala. Mean to say, if the breadwinner will die. That's why the biggest fear, the biggest insecurity during the younger years is this. What if the breadwinner die too soon, and there's still a family to feed, and then bata pa yung mga anak, you're starting a family, who will take care of them? Who will secure the future of your children? That's why in the financial situation of majority of people at the start is financially less secure. Okay? So, yan po yung scenario at the first phase, at the first half of the curve. During the younger years, financially secure po yung maraming tao because less savings at maraming responsibility. And the income is just temporary. And what makes it so significant is this. You are depending on a temporary income to provide for the permanent needs. What makes it less secure is, alam natin, income is temporary, but the needs are permanent. So pag sinabi nating i-connect mo yan, talagang hindi nagko-connect. Kung nagko-connect man, parang hindi talaga solid yung connection. Why? Because temporary lang yung income ko, and I'm depending on the permanent needs. In case something happened to my income, nandyan pa rin yung needs. So who will provide, who will continue to provide for the needs if mawala yung income? So that is what you call financially less secure. Pero deep inside, if you dig down deep inside, gusto natin lahat, okay, from less secure, gusto natin maging financially secure. So meaning to say, on the other side of this curve, okay, nakikita natin No, if titingin ka in the future, one day, sinabi mo sa sarili mo, one day, I'll be financially secure. I'll be more secure. One day, I'll have peace of mind. Yan po yung more secure na transition na gusto natin. Yan po yung event in our life na gusto natin mabawasan na yung mga problema sa buhay, mabayaran na yung mga utang, okay na yung mga expenses, you can already handle them, you can already take care of them. So gusto natin at that level, at that point na we are more secure because wala na tayong maraming problema. Okay? And what makes it a reality, no? Yung more secure, gusto natin mangyari yan, di ba? From less secure, gusto natin more secure. And how do we materialize that? So, look at the curve here, no? The only way to materialize itong more secure na level, more secure future is by looking at the blue line. Okay? So, if we look at the blue line, okay? Okay? If we look at the blue line, the line starts from ground zero, but eventually it starts to increase. Right? All right? It starts to increase. Dito, di ba? If susundan mo itong arrow, it starts to increase. So mean to say, temporary lang pala yung blue line na nasa baba. And how do you increase it? Simply, the line mismo, the pangalan mismo ng line, savings. The only way to increase that savings line is to start saving. Okay? When you start saving, then the line will start to increase. And when you do that, when the line starts to increase, you also start to decrease the blue line. The red line. Sorry, the red line. And ano nga yung red line? This is the expense line. Again, to reduce the expense line, to reduce the responsibility line, you have to start increasing the blue line. That's the only focus that we need to have. Start increasing the blue line. Now, let us say, in an ideal scenario, you already started increasing the blue line. And tuloy-tuloy na, no? Ini-increase mo na. You already save regularly, becomes a habit, and one day, okay, again, in an ideal scenario, let's say one day, you're able to achieve your goal. And what is your goal? When you want to save money, what is your goal? Small savings become big savings, right? So, mean to say, the goal of every saver is this, magkaroon ng big savings. As to how much, it depends on that target. Let us say, let's take a target. Let's say our target is, for the sake of example, 5 million pesos. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, let's say you have 5 million pesos already, somewhere in the next 20, 30 years from now. Okay, 5 million pesos. Now, yung 5 million pesos, wag nating galawin yan. Okay, this is the ideal advice. Wag nating galawin yan. But we only use the interest. Okay? Meaning to say, yung tinanim mo ngayon na mangga, naging malaking kahoy na, and you have a plantation, wag mong galawin yung kahoy. Okay? Wag mong putulin yung kahoy. Kunin mo lang yung prutas. And you harvest regularly. Right? As many times as you can, as many times as you want, because yung prutas lang yung kinukuha mo. Wag mong putulin yung kahoy. Same thing with the 5 million. Pag nabuo mo na yung target mo, 5 million, wag mong spend yung 5 million kasi parang pinutol mo yung kahoy. Pinutol mo yung source ng prutas. Gagamitin mo lang yung prutas. So, meaning to say, in this case, gusto mo lang gawin is galawin mo yung rate of return, yung interest. Okay? Yung returns, yung profit. And magkano yung profit? Ideally, let us say nasa 10% per year. Okay? Mean to say sometimes it could go 12, 15, it could go down 8, 7, and the average 10. So, let us say your 5 million pesos gives you a fruit, gives you a harvest, gives you an interest of 10% per year. So, magkano is 10% sa 5 million? 500,000. Okay? Per year po yan. Okay? Again, hindi natin galawin yung 5 million mismo, yung anak lang, yung prutas lang. Okay? Harvest mo. Okay? 500,000 per year. Or, if you translate that, that's around more or less 40 to 50,000, okay? Per month. Okay? 40 to 50,000 per month. Okay? So, ano pong ibig sabihin? Ano po yung tawag niyan? When you only consume the interest, Okay? When you only live on the interest, literally, that's what we call living on interest. Okay? So if you are living on the interest of your savings, then LOI ka, living on interest. If you are living only on the SSS pension, then LOSSS ka, loss, di ba? Living on SSS. And marami sa mga kamag-anak natin, marami sa mga relatives natin, and marami sa mga kaibigan natin are planning that way. They want to live on SSS only by the time they retire. And alam natin, Philippine Statistics Office, they came with the statistics and they found out SSS provides for the senior citizen around 4 to 5,000 on the average lang. If you are an OFW, SSS provides around 9 to 10,000 lang living on SSS. Now, if you have SSS and if you have like 5 to 10,000 pesos on the government pension plan, but if you have a personal savings that gives you an extra 40 to 50, then you'll be okay. Pero kung wala kang personal savings, you only depend on that government pension plan, I'm not sure if you'll be okay. Kasi the money that's 10,000 right now, kukulangin. How much more in the next 20 years from now? Yung 10,000, palang ano na lang yan, 10,000 pesos. Di ba? Inflation. And that's a different topic, yung inflation, right? So we go back here. You have 500,000 per year, ang galing sa 5 million, every year yan, and ang galing yan sa 5 million, mayroon kang 40 to 50,000 a month, right? Now, you feel more secure. Why? Because during that time, okay, lagyan natin ng box para balance, okay? Lagyan natin ng box, no? Ibang color lang, siguro. Mas darker color here. So during the time, okay, you feel more secure. Why? Aside from not only that meron kang living on interest, meron kang pension na 40 to 50,000, you start to feel more secure. Why? Because if you look at your responsibility, tingnan natin yung responsibility natin. Di ba? Naging zero. Or kung hindi zero, lumiit, no? Napakaliit na lang yung responsibility natin. Why? Because this is the scenario. During the younger years, you have children, you have kids, you spend for school, right? You spend for food. Fast forward 20 years after, your children are all grown up, are all adults, probably they have their own lives, probably they have their own family. Ideally, wala ka ng expenses towards them. All right? In short, in Bisaya, wala na ko gipaskwela. Di ba? You sometimes hear some of your loved ones say, wala naman ko gipaskwela. So, di ba? It's a big relief. Wala na akong pinapaaral ngayon. It's a big relief for a parent. Right? So, dapat wala na kay problema. No? Wala nang problem kasi wala ka na ipaskwela. Right? Pero napakay pakanon. Di ba kay, o may trabaho. So, yan na siya, no? So, mean to say, if you have less or lesser responsibility, then you should be happy. Why? Because the amount of money that you have right now could be used for other purpose na. Right? And aside from the schooling, probably you had utang back then. During your younger years, kumuha ka ng bahay, housing loan, 20 years to pay, and finally, fully paid na. Okay? Kumuha ka ng kotse, inutang mo 5 years, 10 years to pay. Let's say, after 5 years, fully paid na. Okay? Or kumuha ka ng pangalawang kotse, another 5 years. So, you have 2 cars, but you are debt-free already. Right? So, your responsibility is in the lowest point, but you have this amount of savings at the highest point. So, you're now living on interest with lesser responsibility. But the only responsibility left, if you look closer, the only responsibility left is to take care of your future. And you can take care of your future because at this point, money is working for you na. Okay? Before, during the younger stage, the younger years, you work hard for money. And you take care of your family. Sabi dyan. But nasa ano ka na, nasa second stage ka na, older years, this time, money works for you and you can take care of your own future. So kanina, galing sa family, ngayon, sarili mo na. Because if you can take care of your own future if you can take care of yourself during older years, bonus na lang yung ibibigay ng mga kamag-anak mo, or kapamilya, kapuso, or pamilya, or anak, no, na tulong. Bonus na lang yon kasi you can now live independently. That is the ideal scenario. But the reality is this. Okay? I'll share to you the reality. The reality is this. Ang savings line, okay, the savings line, instead na will start to increase, the savings line until now, hindi pa nag-i-increase. Nag-i-increase na yung mga prices of commodities, pero hindi pa nag-increase, nag-take off yung savings line. 5 years ka nang nagtatrabaho, hindi pa nag-take off yung savings line, hindi pa tumaas yung savings line. 5 years ka na nagtatrabaho, nandyan pa rin sa highest level yung responsibility line. And why is that? Because you haven't met IMG yet. And if you met IMG now, and now you've realized that my focus should be shifted towards the blue line, no matter what's my situation right now, I better start saving, then your savings line would start to increase. And when your savings line starts to increase, you start to decrease the red line, which is the expense line. Because all you want to do, okay, sabi nga, all you want for Christmas, okay, all you want to do in your life is to become more secure than ever. You want to become more financially secure. That's what we said yesterday. I've never met a person na sinabi sa akin, Jess, the reason why nagsumikap ako sa buhay, the reason why naging masipag ako pa-diskarte sa buhay is because when I go old, I want to be, I want na maghirap ako sa buhay. I want to be begging from my family and my loved ones to have money, to give me money. I want a miserable life when I grow old. I don't want success. I don't want security. Gusto ko insecure ako during old age. I've never met a person who told me that. Lahat tayo, if you examine deep inside your heart, gusto natin financial peace of mind, financial security. Gawin natin yan. Let's focus on the blue line. All right? So, again, ano yung, what you call this, ano yung lesson, ano yung learning that we need to get from this concept? Very simple. We all want to transition from less secure to more secure. If you think you are secure na ngayon, then you want to have more security pa rin late in the future. Okay? You don't want to reduce to less secure. You want to move forward to even more secure in the future. That's the lesson. And the only way to do that is to focus on the savings line. Okay? And the only way to do that is to start saving. Okay? And you need to accept the realities right now that your income is temporary and you're depending on a permanent needs. Depending on a temporary income and you are focusing on the permanent needs. Later on, magkakaroon ka ng permanent income because you have permanent needs. Pag i-connect mo na sila, match na. Perfect match. So that's why you become more secure. Right? That's the lesson we want to derive here in this concept. Now, the next concept will answer the question, Jess, how can I increase my savings line faster? Now that I realize that yung pinaka-importanting line dyan is the savings line, how do I increase the savings line faster? Okay? The answer to that question is the next concept. And the next concept is this. Pag-aralan natin the power of compound interest. Okay? I have 10 minutes. Okay? I have 10 minutes to discuss this. The power of yung compound interest, nandyan na yan. Okay? Nandyan na yan. Even sa 2,000 years ago. Okay? Even yung salitang bank, yung bank, no? Yung bangko, you know, nasa Bible yan eh. The word bank, yung salitang bangko, nasa Bible, yung salitang save, nasa Bible, biblical yan eh. Over 2,000-3,000 years ago, nandyan na. Ngayon lang in-explain natin very simple so that everybody will understand. Especially the power of compound interest. Okay? So, the power of compound interest is best understood, okay, if we study, if we learn the formula na inintroduce ni no other than Albert Einstein. Okay? Albert Einstein introduced a formula he called Rule of 72. Okay? He introduced a formula called Rule of 72. And the Rule of 72, it shows us very easily, very simply, the role of compound interest, the power of compound interest, pag lagay natin sa pera, pag if we apply it in our savings. Of course, the compound interest is just a neutral, tool. Is a tool. Why? Because it can also be used sa utang against you. Meaning to say, if you want money working for you, that is the topic under savings and investing. But if you want money working against you, that is the topic under utang. Okay? The topic under utang is this. The interest rate will increase your utang and that is money working against you. The more you don't pay your utang, the more your utang becomes big and huge because of the interest rate working against you. Now, at this point, you don't want to be enemies of the compound interest. You want to be a friend to the compound interest. So that's why pag-aralan natin ang Rule of 72 towards i-apply natin sa savings. Okay? So, yung sinabi ni Einstein, constant yung 72. If you apply 72 by the interest rate per year, take note, interest rate per year or per annum, then you can predict kailan dodoble yung pera mo. Okay? So, I mean to say, si Einstein yan. Huwag mo pong tanungin, Jess, saan yung galing yung 72? Tanungin natin si Einstein. Okay? Pero si Einstein, I trust Einstein, I believe Einstein, I just accept the formula. Okay? As is. 72 constant, i-divide natin sa 4. Ano yung 4? 4% is the given example. 4% per year. Now, let's say, you're age 29 right now. And let's say, meron kang naitabi na 100,000. Yung 100,000 mo, saan yan galing? Sa trabaho. Right? Sa trabaho, sa negosyo, or somebody gave you, at age 29, you have this cash, 100,000. And you open a savings account, and that savings account earns 4% per year. Using the rule 72, 72 divided by 4 equals 18. Napaka-obvious dyan, no? Mean to say, when you study about money, very easy. You don't need to be a genius. Everything is given. Okay? 72 divided by 4 equals 18. It means after 18 years, your savings will double. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng double? Times 2. Diba? Doble. After 18 years. But it's not just that. Because if the 4% is being applied lifetime, it means to say not only after 18 years, it means every 18 years, dodoble yung pera mo. So if you look at the example dyan, age 29 and you have 100,000, your 100,000 becomes 200,000 when you reach the age of 47. And what is that? That's 18 years after 29. Very simple. You can teach this to your children, no? And you want the 200,000 become 400, 47 plus 18 equals 65. So, maghintay ka lang ng 18 plus 18, 36 years, your 100 becomes 400,000. Kikita ka ng 300,000 extra. Yung principal mo, 100. Pero kumita ng 300 after 36 years. Now, some people would say, ang tagal naman nun. Well, it doesn't matter. Yung importante, may 400,000 ka at age 65. Sa trabaho mo niyan, bibigyan ka ba ng employer mo ng 400,000? May pinirmahan ba kayo na mayroon kang retirement money sa private employer mo? Di ba? Try to check right now. Kasi baka iniisip mo may retirement ka sa company. Maraming private companies right now don't have a retirement plan for the employees. Okay? Even big companies don't have a retirement plan for the employees, right? So that's 4%. Now, it doesn't matter whether matagal yung 400 or hindi. Importante, alam mo na ngayon. Right? Now, pag yung 4% naging 8%, the same formula applies. 72 divided by 8 equals 9. It means after 9 years or every 9 years, your savings becomes double. Now, this is more exciting because instead of 4%, 8%. Dinoble natin yung interest. And let's see what happens to our money. You start with the same age, 29, and you start with the same amount of money, 100. And it becomes 200 after 9 years. So 29 plus 9, 38. 38 plus 9, 47. Plus 9, 56. Plus 9, 65. 200 becomes 400. 400 becomes 8. 8 becomes 1.6. Very easy. You don't need to be a math genius to do it. Just multiply it every 9 years. Okay? Times 2, times 2, times 2. Alright? Now, yung 100 mo, kumita ng 1.5 kasi naging 1.6. After 36 years pa rin. So if nag-start ka ng trabaho age 22, age 23, 24, at age 65, meron kang 1.6 million. Who will give you 1.6 million at age 65? How many of your relatives out there who are senior citizen have 1 million pesos? Right? Yan yung tanungin mo sa sarili mo. Okay? O nga. So probably ikaw yung pinakauna na magkaroon ng 1 million at age 60. Right? Kung hindi alam ng relatives mo ito. Right? Now, we make it more exciting. Instead of 8, we'll apply the 12. 72 divided by 12 equals 6. Every 6 years, your savings will double. Starting the same age 29, the same amount of money 100, but every 6 years, double. 6 double. Every 6 double. At age 59, double. At age 65, double. 100 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, 16 becomes 32, 32 becomes 64. So kumita ng 6.3 million yung 100,000 mo. Again, in a span of 36 years. See? It doesn't matter kasi 36 years lahat. What is changing was that ano yung nag-iba? Ano yung difference? 4, 8, and 12. Right? So ano yung ibig sabihin? Ano yung message in this illustration, in this concept? The message is clear. Okay? If you want money to grow, if you want your savings line to grow faster, lagyan natin ng interest rate. Kasi pag walang interest rate, mano-mano lang. Kung hindi ka nakaka-save, then hihinto yung pag-grow ng savings line. If nawalan ka ng trabaho after 2-3 years, then the savings line would not continue to grow up. Why? Because manual lang yung savings mo eh. Pero pag nilagyan mo ng interest rate, kahit konti lang yung sinave mo, mas mapabilis yung pagtaas ng savings line. And yan yung gusto natin kasi we want to achieve big savings goal in less time. Siguro around 15 to 20 years instead of 30 years. Gusto natin 20 years, di ba? Mean to say, if you start working at early 20s, you will retire at 40s. You'll be a millionaire at 40s. Gusto mo ba yan? Ako gusto ko yan, right? So meaning to say, no one wants to, tells me, Jess, I don't want to have a million pesos after 20 years. Lahat ng tao gusto natin. And pinakita natin yung paraan. Okay, how to do it, how to realize it. Ito na, right? This is the second concept that supports the first concept. All we need to do is to put interest rate sa savings natin. Kailangan na natin maging conscious about how we grow our money. Now, in reality, how many people right now are saving money with an interest of 8 to 12%? Or even 4%? How many of the people you know right now na yung savings nila, okay, earning around 4% per year? Wala, di ba? Most people save at interest 1%, 2%. And most people put money in a savings program na halos walang interest. See? So paano tayo yayaman yan? Paano mag-increase yung savings line? Eh, hindi tayo conscious kung paano natin pinapalago yung pera. Now is the time to be conscious about it because we work hard for money. So you're conscious in making money. But you should be conscious also in growing money. And this is growing money. X-curve was growing money. Rule of 72 is about growing money. We need to shift our focus in growing money, not just working for money, so that later we can make money work for us. So this is the missing link for most of us. Kasi hindi natin pinag-aralan yung pera. We never enrolled in a class. Walang subject nung nag-aral tayo elementary. Is there a subject about pera? Wala. Di ba? We have a lot of subject. Filipino, English, Math, aralin panlipunan, civics and culture. Ang daming subject. Ang daming projects, pero walang subject and project that will help us become better when it comes to money. That's why ngayon, it's around what you call this, may panahon pa, okay? Kailangan mag-cramming na tayo. Cramming. We need to learn as fast as we can and apply it as fast as we can because time will not wait for us. And talking about time, it brings us to the next concept, okay? So again, before I move forward to the next concept, ano yung message sa illustration na ito? The message is clear. You need to let money work for you with the help of the power of compound interest. Okay? Gusto natin 4, 8, and 12. Much better between 8 to 12. Okay na tayo. Okay? Much better between 8 to 12. Okay na tayo between 8 to 12. Okay? So the next, what you call this concept, talks about the time. Yun yung na-mention natin. Time. Okay? So, Jess, when is the best time to save and invest? When is the best time to start saving and increasing the blue line? Well, this concept will answer that question. Okay? What you see here in the concept, the title of this slide is High Cost of Waiting. What you see here in the concept is a story of two people. Okay? Tawagin natin Juan. Okay? Ito, tawagin natin Juan. Okay? We call this person Juan. Juan. Okay? Yan. Si Juan. And yung second person, tawagin natin Pedro. Okay? Right. And si Juan at si Pedro, magkakaibigan. Okay? Juan and Pedro are friends. They are workmates. They are classmates, high school and college classmates and workmates. Okay? And si Juan happened to attend a seminar of ING long time ago. Okay? This is just an example just to explain the illustration there. Juan happened to attend IMG seminar long time ago and he found out about Rule of 72, about X-curve and an 8 to 12%. And agad in-apply niya yung natutunan niya while he was still starting in his job. So nakikita natin dito, yung edad niya, age 22, he already realized the importance of saving. He already realized the importance of pagtitipid. Okay? Pagkukuripot. He already realized the importance of setting aside money. Okay? And every day, okay, every day nagpa-part-time siya. Every day aside from his work, aside from his job, nagpa-part-time siya, nagbebenta siya ng biskwit, nagbebenta siya ng chocolate. Kasi si Juan masipag. Okay? Hindi siya Juan tamad, Juan masipag, Juan madiskarte. So nagbebenta siya ng part-time. He's also doing part-time tutorial classes, no, sa mga bata, while during the day siguro may trabaho siya, pero during the evening nagpa-part-time siya. Let's just say that's the typical Juan masipag, right? And he's able to set aside 55 pesos every day. Every day, 55 pesos. And if you multiply that into 365 days, that's 20,000. Minsan na iniisip natin, 55 pesos. Anong mabibili ng 55 pesos? But you know what? If you combine all the 55 pesos in 1 year, 20,000. Right? 20,000 pesos. That is on top of his 13-month pay. Okay? This is more on personal savings. 20,000 pesos. And while he set aside 20,000 pesos every year, he saved and invested it around 12% per year. More or less, 8 to 12% per year. Right? And he was able to do it in the next 6 years. Di ba? He's able to do it in the next 6 years. After 6 years, Juan said, okay, that's enough because I'll start another project. So whatever I earn extra, I'll channel it to another project. So okay na yung sa akin, 6 years, 20,000. By the way, this is just an example. This is not a product, okay? This is just an example. So sinabi niya, okay na to yung 20,000, 6 years, okay na yun. Bahala na yung pera. Bahala na yung Rule of 72. Bahala na si Einstein. So, few years, no, niya yung pera, nandyan lang, no, sa Bisaya pag ipasagdan lang niya, pinabayaan lang niya, let the money work for him. Here comes Mr. Pedro. Pedro is also a good friend of Juan. And Pedro, madiskarte also sa buhay. However, inuna niya yung maraming projects at first. So kaya, after 6 years, okay, that was the only time he started to save. Right? Kasi maraming project. So after 6 years, that's the time he started to save. And kinopya lang niya ano ginawa ni Juan. Okay? After 6 years, sabi niya sa sarili niya, I have another project, so I'll channel my funds to another, expense or another, savings program. So hininto na niya yung pagsisave niya after 6 years. So fast forward, anong nangyari? Fast forward, nag-alumni homecoming kasi classmates sila. Alumni homecoming, seniors, senior citizen, age 62. So si Juan, age 62, nagkaroon siya ng 9.597, almost 9.6 million. Si Pedro, nagkaroon siya ng 4.8 million. Nung nagkita sa sila alumni homecoming, pinuntahan ni Pedro si Juan at pinasalamatan niya si Juan. Juan, ilang taon na kitang hinahanap sa Facebook, wala ka sa Facebook. Ha? Pero ngayon lang kita nakita, I'll take this opportunity to thank you. You know why? Because you have been a good friend, a good example to me. Because of you, sinunod ko yung ginawa mo, nag-save rin ako 55 pesos a day. Ngayon, I'm a multi-millionaire. At age 62, Juan, imagine, I have 4.8 million. Di ba? 4.8 million, Juan. So I'm very thankful to you. I'm sure you also have 4.8 million kasi parehas tayo na amount of money na sinave. Sabi ni Juan, actually, nagkakamali ka, Pedro. I have 9.6 million, almost 9.6 million. So, muntik na heart attack si Pedro. Why? Because, ba't ang layo ng difference? Parehas lang yung sinave nila, 20,000 every year, 6 years. Pero ang layo ng difference, it's times 2 yung difference. Right? So, if we look at it, tayo, no, nakikita natin illustration. What does this illustration tell us? It tells us, because there's a big difference between the money of Juan and the money of Pedro, where did the difference come from? The difference came from here. Okay? 6 years. Okay? Ito. 6 years. Okay? Yan. 6 years na walang ginawa si Pedro. Ang dami niyang projects, ang dami niyang expenses, lifestyle here, lifestyle there, hindi siya nag-save. Kaya nahuli siya ng 6 years, and that's the price of the 6 years. Half yung kulang. Half yung difference. In fact, if you double the 4.8, maging 9.6 yan. Again, it's half. So, mean to say, nawala yung half ng 4.8 million because si Pedro na-delay ng 6 years. Even, what we mean to say is this, 6 years is equal to the 4.8 million. If you divide 6 years and 4.8 divided by 6, it's equivalent to 800,000. Yung nawala sa pera ni Pedro because he kept on delaying. Every year, he throw away 800,000 every year doing nothing. Akala niya kung hindi siya nagsisave, inuuna na yung ibang expenses, okay, yayaman siya. No. Hindi ka nagsisave, you are throwing away money. That's the explanation on that slide there. Every year is 800,000 reduction sa 4.8 million niya. If ever Pedro further delayed it here, somewhere at age 40s niya siya nag-save, I'm sure the more difference will it make in the 4.8. Siguro mga 4 or 3 million na lang yung pera siguro. Why? It's because saving money is not really about how much you start. Ito madalas hindi nakikita ng marami. Ito madalas blind spot ng maraming Pinoy. Iniisip natin na kailangan magkaroon ng malaking pera para magsimulang mag-save. No. Saving money is not about big money being started, being, saved and set aside. No. Saving money is not about the amount. Saving money is the habit of setting aside that specific money. Kung wala ka pang habit, and you tell me, Jess, at the end of the year, I will start saving, I will not believe you. Why? Kasi wala ka pang habit, wala ka pang mindset, and how will I be sure that you will be able to save at the end of the year na wala kang habit na i-build for 1 year, right? So it's about starting the habit. Whatever extra money you have now, whatever bonus you have right now, save it, because it's not about the amount of money, it's about starting. And in fact, it brings us to this option: sacrifice now, enjoy later. Or enjoy ka ngayon and you lose money later. Because later sometimes becomes never. Okay? Kung sinabi mo sa sarili mo, next year I will save. Naalala mo, last year, yun yung sinabi mo. Next year ka palagi, next year, naabutan ka na tuloy ng pandemic. So, ilang pandemic pa yung hihintayin mo bago ka magkatotoo yung next year? Wag na next year. Don't believe yourself when you say next year. Start now. And when you say to me, Jess, I'll start now, I believe you more. Because you are a new person. Because the old person is this, always ka palaging next year, next year, next year. And it did not give you success. It did not give you happiness. It did not give you peace of mind. And it did not increase your savings line. But when you tell me, tell your parents, tell your children, anak, Papa will start saving now. So that's why magbawas na tayo. Hindi na tayo magpa-deliver ng Jollibee araw-araw, once a week na lang, okay? It means to say, you're about to change your life. If sinabi mo sa asawa mo, Mrs., mahal, hindi na tayo magpalaging shopping-shopping dyan sa Shopee, online. Ano na lang, once a month na lang, or once a year, tuwing birthday mo na lang. Hindi na tayo mag-order ng lechon, tuwing birthday mo lang. Hindi tayo mag-order ng ice cream, once a month na lang, hindi na everyday. Ano yan? That is changing. Why? Because I rather sacrifice now. Anyway, temporary lang na yan yung sacrifice mo eh. Sacrifice now for the future of your family that they can enjoy. Rather than, enjoy kayong lahat ngayon, misis, ikaw, anak mo, enjoy kayo, pero later on, tanungin mo yung anak mo, nak, wala akong pera, tutulungan mo ba ako pagtanda mo? And your anak will say, Papa, wala din akong pera eh, parehas tayo, appear. See? So you don't want that. You want to change that scenario into a better scenario. And I think you are capable of doing that. That's why I shared to you this concept. And you know what, guys? Let me end this way. I shared to you tatlong concept. The X-curve, ano yung konsepto, ano yung lesson ng X-curve? Less secure, more secure. Temporary income, permanent needs. You need to start increasing your savings line as fast as you can so that you can let money work for you. Money working for you. LOI. Yan po yung mga lessons ng X-curve. Rule of 72, ano po yung lesson? Let money work for you. You need to need help the interest rate, and you need to start saving as early as you can. But even if wala kang ginawa for some time, as long as you started saving with the help of interest rate, your money will multiply. That is yung Rule 72. And ito, ano yung lesson ng third slide, third concept? It doesn't matter yung pera mo. Importante, kailan ka magsisave. Are you Mr. Save early? Are you Mr. Save later? Later sometimes becomes never. You want to change your life, start changing your life now. You cannot change your life next year. Start it now. And it starts with the mindset. Kaya, pinifeed natin ng tamang information, yung utak natin, financial education is the key. Guys, if you learn something, pakichat naman dyan, learning. Okay? If you learn something, at least na nalaman ko hindi na sayang yung oras. Hindi ko sinayang yung oras nyo. Kahit 30 minutes tayo, hindi ko sinayang or almost an hour na tayo, hindi ko sayang. Pakichat nga learning. Alright, good, very good. Okay? So tomorrow, okay, let's see each other tomorrow because we're going to talk about the application. The application of the concept. Kung saan yung 8 to 12, kung paano natin ma-experience yung living on interest, and a lot more. I'll see you tomorrow, the next session natin, 12:30. God bless. Have a great day. Bye-bye.